welcome to our second video about PicoCTF 2024. So again, PicoCTF is a hacking sort of competition where we're exploiting vulnerabilities, trying to solve puzzles, different codes, eventually trying to exploit vulnerabilities in files or websites to try and get information and eventually find a flag. So today we're going to be working on our second question, Bookmarklet here. And so head over to PicoCTF. If you haven't made an account, be sure to make one. And we're going to start working on this question here. So the second question, Bookmarklet, this is worth 50 points, so it's worth more than the previous one. The description is, why search for the flag when I can make a bookmarklet to print it out for me? Browse here and find the flag. So let's take a look at this link. So welcome to my flag distribution website. If you have read this, your browser has successfully received the flag. Here's a bookmarklet for you to try. So we look at this text box here, and it looks like just a bunch of jumbled information here. And you can see these are all characters that you probably don't see much, right? And so we're not really sure where to go from here, right? But if we take a look at our hints here, it says a bookmarklet is a bookmark that runs JavaScript instead of loading a web page. Interesting. What happens when you click a bookmarklet? So when we click this bookmarklet here, again, let me reload to show you. When I clicked it, it said code copied to clipboard. So that whole section there just got copied to my computer. Interesting. So that's probably something we should have done. And web browsers have other ways to run JavaScript too. So this hint here is the main hint where it says JavaScript, which means this code here is probably JavaScript. And if you don't know, JavaScript is a very common programming language. And so once we have all those hints and we see what this bookmarklet is, we can also see here JavaScript, and we can also see here function. That probably means we should try and run this bookmarklet somewhere, and we should probably run it in JavaScript. So I have a code editor called Visual Studio Code. It takes a while to set up though. So I'm actually not going to be using it today, but I just want to let you know that if you do want to use Visual Studio Code, it's a great thing if you're really interested in coding to kind of start learning more about this. You can create like a file, and you can run this file. You can run this code here on Visual Studio Code. Again, this is if you really want to kind of pursue coding, or you want to, if you may want to use this later on in the competition. But for now, I'm not going to make you download Visual Studio Code and all the extensions that are needed for it, because it's too complicated. So instead, we're just going to go over to a web browser, and we're just going to search online JavaScript compiler. So this basically is just any website here, doesn't really matter, should be able to run JavaScript code online. So we have our JavaScript code, we're just going to paste it here. JavaScript, our function with the encrypted flag, whatever all this random stuff here is, and we're just going to click run and see what happens. And guess what? When we click run, there's our flag, and it's page turner. But this is our final flag. And again, if you remember in PicoCTF, we're always looking for something in the format PicoCTF with these two curly brackets and something in between. And once we've seen that, we know that we've found the flag. So we're just going to copy this, and we're just going to paste it right here. And let's submit the flag. And we have solved the challenge correctly. Good job. So this is the second episode. These two questions are two beginner questions. Well, we're just starting off kind of right now. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you in the next episode.